Morning.
Alex! Marvellous! How do you feel about being the star of this one?
Yeah, right.
You'll be testing these.
Good luck.
What's with the bin bags?
No reason. Tonight on Kamikaze Cookery, we test immersion blenders.
You mean stick blenders?
No, I mean immersion blenders.
No, stick blenders, that is. Look, they're shaped like sticks and they blend things. They're called stick blenders.
And you immerse them. I don't know, I don't really use them.
To be honest, nor do I. Who does use them?
Well, I keep seeing people talking about them in recipe books, like they're always talking about making foams with them and that sort of thing.
I've heard they're pretty good for soups.
I've tried them once or twice and they've always been a bit erratic.
Erratic?
Yeah, well, sometimes they work really well.
Right. Hey, why don't you test these?
Yeah, no. That's alright. I have a cunning plan.
Okay, right. This is the Kenwood Wizard TM. It has a unique shore grip for effortless operation, 2 speeds for total control and reduced splashing, and a generous beaker with dual function rubber lid. This is a 400 watt blender, whatever significance that has. And now we have the Braun God knows. Braun multi-quick. Right, okay. Abendhaber Miststab Squish Bull Mash German. And this is, you'll be, I'm sure, as fascinated as I am to know that this is a 300 watt blender, so it is a whole quarter less powerful than the other one.
For our first test, I decided we'd make an apple foam. Not a lot of people use foams, but they should because they kick ass. They're really simple to make and they give a new texture to the meal. Here we've mixed some lecithin, which you can buy from health food shops, into some apple juice. The lecithin molecule is what makes the foam happen. It's an emulsifier, meaning that one end of the molecule is attracted to water, but the other end isn't, and so when they're whipped up by the blender, the water-friendly end hangs out in the liquid, but the water-unfriendly end sticks out into the air, stabilising the bubbles into foam. The only problem is that it can be a bit of a pain in the ass getting the liquid foamed up in the first place. Most chefs recommend using a stick blender for that, so let's see how these ones do. First up, the Kenwood Wizard.
This is on setting 1. Oh. I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that.
But Alex refused to be beaten by a blender.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I just rather like the way it picks the bowl up. That's rather good.
Since we were now wading in apple juice, we all hoped that the brown multi-quick would be a little more delicate.
Okay, here. Oh god, this one's even faster. Ah! Actually, no, this one's a bit better, I think. You don't want to take it out the liquid, you really don't. Don't know what to say really. That's the apple juice test, and it looks to be very good for covering your kitchen in apple juice.
I use a bog standard electric whisk to make my foams because I like eating foams, not wearing them. To make a lecithin foam, which you can make from just about any liquid, first heat your liquid with your lecithin, normally about 2 grams per 500 millilitres. Dissolve it as best you can, this is the boring bit. Then, grab your whisk, tilt the pan up, and whisk like your hopes of sexual happiness depended on it. You could use a hand whisk for this too, but only if you have wrists of pure steel. Once you've built up your foam, spoon it out and stick it in a container, then repeat until you have a metric fuck ton of foam, or of course if you're in the US, an imperial ass load. And there you have it, foam. It's light, it's fluffy, it's all together. Rather nummy.
This is a potato, leek and bacon soup which has been simmering for a little bit longer than it's actually supposed to. We are now going to test just how well the blenders work at reducing this to a fine pulp. And I'm going to be standing over there.
Okay, this is the Kenko Wizard.
Kenwood.
The Kenwood Wizard. After last experiment, I'm going to be being a bit careful with this because I really don't want to get covered in hot soup. Also, the floor is still sticky. Ooh. That's actually working quite nicely. It is clearly turning the soup into something which resembles mashed potato, actually.
Next, the less terrifying multi-quick.
Right, okay, let's give it a whirl. Yep, this also is doing a nice job of mixing up the soup. I reckon, I don't know, this one's just a bit more comfortable than the other one.
Alright, so what do you reckon?
Okay, well, as everybody I think saw, neither of them did a particularly great job on the apple juice.
We saw that.
Saw it, felt it, and I'd just like to thank my friends at the bin lining company because this thing is still covered with apple juice from a distance of 6 feet away.
With regard to the soup, both of them did alright.
I mean, the soup was, I mean, looking at it, it's nearly dry though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there'd been a bit more liquid in there, we could have been seeing exciting soup splashing antics.
Yes, that's true. But unfortunately, we don't have any more liquid on the soup. So
well, on you go, Alex.
I've just taken my engineer's raincoat off.
right. But it still works. Still works. It is throwing it a little bit. But I think if you just keep it straight, it's basically... Oh, shit, got some on me there.
It turned out that neither blender could really handle soup that was, you know, liquid.
Soup. Not just for your grandmother. They're quick, they're cheap, and they're piss easy to make. Grab random leftovers and stuff you don't know what else to do with. Old potatoes at the back of the cupboard, that bacon that's about to go off, basically anything that hasn't yet developed its own sentience should be fine. Sweat them if they're vegetables, or sear them if they're meat for a few minutes. Sweat is pretentious cookery speak for heat them gently until they look a bit damp on the outside. Then add water, some seasoning, stock if you can be bothered, simmer it with the lid on for half an hour. Ish. Then blend. With whatever blending implement you have to hand that's also not terrifying. And that's all you have to do. Soup. Tastes great, very simple, cheap, and it's actually got nutrients in it. Who'd have thought?
It would seem that stick blenders are great if you want to throw apple juice or soup around your kitchen.
Or alternatively, you suck at blending.
Oh, fuck off. That's they're just crappy little blenders. I'm sure that the professionals, when they're blending all their foams and soups and whatever, use, I don't know, the fusion-powered Mixomaster 2000.
Or possibly even immersion blenders.
Yeah, but have you seen the price of those things? They are stupendously expensive. 100 quid or more. You'd have to be a complete idiot to spend 100 quid on a blender.
You're saying, Paul?
Ooh, shiny.
Nice, isn't it?
Unless, of course, if somebody else buys the expensive blender and lets you have a go at it.
There you go, Alex. That is the Bamix. It is apparently the chef's blender of choice, so much so that, in fact, we were given the opportunity to buy one that had a Gordon Ramsay on the front cover and £10 more on the price tag.
Now, I can't help but notice that it's called the Stab Mixer.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Right, so I'll be trying this out.
That's right. I will be over.
No. If I'm going to get covered in apple juice, both of you can get covered with me. Kind of looks like a cross between a power drill and a ray gun. I don't know what the power is on this.
Actually, this is 160 watts.
160?
So
Only
it's a lot
160?
lower.
Yeah, the others were 300 and 400.
I would have thought it'd be, you know, ridiculously, insanely hardcore.
Well, you saw how appropriate the power level of the other two was.
Oh, fair point, yeah. Blade as well. This thing's weird ass.
Not exactly a blade. It's more a metal disc.
Just a flat thing.
It's not
the opposite of a blade.
It's not sharp at all. Oh well, let's give it a try.
Oh god.
Hey!
Bloody hell! It's actually working.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
it's foaming. It's foaming.
Not even coming up very nice.
That's actually making foam.
That's actually a shitload of foam. That's way better than anything I've tried in the past. That's really good. So that was an unqualified success for the expensive 160 watt blender.
Yes, the 300 watt Braun Multi-Quick was really pretty crap.
Brown. And the 400 watt Kenwood Wizard was very crap.
Basically, if you want a hand blender, you have got to buy the expensive one.
And it kind of goes to show that more power isn't necessarily a good thing.
And fear is really not what you want to be getting from your kitchen appliances. I suspect what happened is that the British and the Germans collectively wiped out tapeworm, and then the Americans took all the credit in a series of big-budget motion pictures.